welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you some amazing gift wrapping hacks, and I'm also going to share with you some eco-friendly gift wrapping hacks as well. This year, I'm definitely trying to be more mindful of how I wrap my presents, because I didn't even realize that if wrapping paper is shiny or sparkly, you can't actually recycle it. So much gift wrap ends up in the garbage. So this year I'm buying recyclable stuff, and I have a few really cool hacks to show you guys, as well as some traditional ones that I know are gonna like blow your mind. So I hope you really enjoy this video. If you're new to my channel, I would love you to consider subscribing. I post so many different hacks videos, and I would love to have you as a viewer. So with all that said, let's get into the hacks. Nowadays, you can get some really nice recyclable gift wrapping paper. Craft paper is a really good option because it's recyclable. I got this roll of brown paper from Paper Chase, and I'll show you some really cool ways to dress it up and make it look amazing. But you can also get recyclable paper now with patterns on it. I picked this one up in Paper Chase as well, and you can even get recyclable ribbons and bows. I found these ones in Sainsbury's, but there are so many options online. I was blown away when I started looking and researching, so you can find some great stuff. So the first gift wrapping hack that I wanted to share with you is my all-time favorite, and whenever I share it on Instagram or YouTube, people are mind blown by it. So I had to include it again, even if some of you might know it. But if you ever have a piece of gift wrap that won't quite reach the ends, so you think, oh, I've cut it wrong, I can't actually wrap it this way, then the easiest way to solve that is to turn your gift diagonally, and then you will have more than enough gift wrap to wrap your present. This is also a way that you can be eco as well, because you will use less paper by wrapping diagonally. So once you've taped these two corners together, you want to move on to the sides, and most of the time you will have enough paper to wrap it as normal. But if you ever find that you don't, what you want to do is kind of pull in the sides like this, and then lift it up on an angle, as you can see there. Do that on both sides, and then tape it, and you will have more than enough paper to wrap your present. So how beautiful is that? And it's 100% recyclable. One way to dress up brown recyclable paper is to use some foliage. So I actually just picked this out of my garden. I've got some berries and some rosemary. Actually smells amazing. So all I'm gonna do is stick this into the ribbon like that, and the berries as well. You could secure it with a bit of tape if you wanted to, but that is pretty snug. And it just makes it look a little bit fancy. Obviously, don't do this if you have a baby or a dog that is going to possibly eat it, but I think it's really effective. Another good idea to dress up brown paper, or also works really well if you've run out of ribbon, is to paint a ribbon onto your brown paper. Or you could also get the kids to draw on a ribbon or draw something as well. Just makes it very personalized. Option is you could use newspaper or pretty pages from magazines to wrap your presents as well. Here I've used a piece of paper from a Christmas magazine, and then for the newspaper I actually used like the games page, so you could actually do the crosswords if you want to. Another creative idea is to use a tea towel to wrap a present. present. This is really nice because then it becomes part of the present. So they get a tea towel and whatever else, maybe a tin of biscuits, maybe a bottle of wine, and it looks really cute. So I found this one on Etsy, but there are so many Christmassy tea towels out there. I saw loads in Sainsbury's. So I'm gonna demonstrate with a bottle of wine, but this one is actually empty because I drank it all this weekend. But don't judge me, we're on lockdown number 2. Idea that I found when I was researching is to use material to wrap your presents. This is a Japanese method, and I thought that it would work really well to wrap the presents in your own household because you can save it and use it again every year. So I found this really fun one online, but there are so many different options and you can buy it by the meter. So I thought I would show you how this Japanese method works. It's called furoshiki, I think, and it looks really cool. Cute is this? I love this method. It looks great, and you don't actually have to leave the sides as long as I did. They tie it in a bow on top, which does look really sweet, but if you wanted to use less material, you could leave that part out. And I was also thinking using material to wrap would also be great for big, awkward presents because they can be so difficult to wrap with paper, and sometimes it breaks and it can just feel really wasteful that you're using so much. So this would also work really well for those types of items. Another really nice option is to buy Christmas sacks for your children or family members that you can reuse every year. I picked these ones up from my first years a few years ago, and each year I just put their presents into the sack, and that way it doesn't really matter if what's inside is in brown paper or maybe not even wrapped at all, because these look pretty, they're glittery and they look fancy, and as I said, you can get them out every single Christmas. Another wrapping hack that I love to use every year is to save the Christmas cards that I get given and then reuse them the following year as gift tags for presents. They look great already, and it's a good way to save money and recycle at the same time. So all I do is cut the fronts of the Christmas cards off like that, and you could just cut this up into 4, or I've seen a really cool initial hack where you cut out someone's initial and then use that as the tag. Hole punch it and then put some string through it and then attach that to your present as a cute tag. Also works really well with the little cards that your kids bring home from school. They're already the perfect size, so all you have to do is cut off the front of the card, put a hole in the corner, and then you have a tag. Another really cool eco tag that I found this year, which is so cool and I'd never actually heard of before, so let me know in the comments if you guys have. But this tag is made out of seed paper, so it is biodegradable and it has seeds within it, so you can actually go outside into your garden and plant this, and then you might get flowers spring up or whatever seeds you've chosen. There are so many choices online. You could get seed paper that would grow carrots or plants or flowers, so many options. So I'll link below where I found these, but I just thought that is such a cute idea. You can even get Christmas crackers made out of seed paper that you then plant in your garden, and it's just a really lovely idea. Another cute hack is you can reuse a toilet paper roll and turn it into a little gift box like this for small gifts like jewelry. So all I did for this was score the edges into almost a circle shape so that I could fold them in. Then I used a little bit of gift wrapping paper on the middle bit and then closed it all together with a little bow. I wanted to share with you a few hacks that I actually showed you last year, but they're still so good and my audience has grown so much that I had to include them. Next up, I'm going to show you how to make a really cute gift bag using just wrapping paper. This is such a good hack, especially when you have something to wrap that is a bit of an awkward shape, like a soft toy or maybe a pair of slippers or an item of clothing. So all you have to do is cut out a piece of paper around your object, and I like to leave about a hand's width of paper above and below my object for this. Fold in the sides and then secure that with a piece of tape, and I'm just checking that that will definitely fit in the gift bag as I'm doing it. Then fold up the bottom section and then you kind of squish it down into a diamond, and then fold up the bottom of the diamond and the top of the diamond as well and secure that with tape. I use a couple of pieces to make sure it's really strong, but you have essentially made the bottom of a gift bag. Then all you have to do is pop your object in and then fold down the top, and if you wanted to make it a bit more fancy, you can punch some holes in the top. You could add a handle, or I like to just thread a piece of ribbon through like this and tie it, and there you have an impressive little gift bag. And if you like to wrap with ribbon, I have a really cute way to store it. Get yourself a paper towel holder and put your ribbon onto that. This looks so cute and almost like a little Christmas decoration itself, but it's also really practical because as you're wrapping, you can just pull off the ribbon that you need and cut it, and it makes it really simple. Or if you have lots of ribbon and smaller bundles as well, another great way to store it is to get a basket. This one is just from Poundland. Stick all of your ribbon into this basket and then start threading each ribbon through the side holes, and then as and when you need ribbon, you can just pull it through, cut what you need, and it keeps it like an organized mess, and I really like using this system. This year, consider saving the beautiful Christmas cards that you get and recycling them next year as gift tags. These are so easy to make and they'll save you money as well. And the small cards that the kids bring home from school work really well for this because they're already the right size. So just cut off the front cover of the little card, punch a hole into the corner, add your message, and then you can secure it to a present using ribbon or tape as well. You can also use larger Christmas cards to make multiple tags. This one, for instance, I actually got 4 tags out of, and they looked really, really cute. Let's also talk about what tape to use when you're wrapping. Obviously, you can use traditional Scotch tape, or I found this little gadget in the supermarket. You can also get them online, and it is really handy. When you're holding down wrapping paper, you can just pull out a piece from your hand. Or if you want it to be really fancy, you can get double-sided tape like this, and this means that when you're wrapping your present, you won't actually see the tape. It will make the edges look really, really nice and clean. So this is a great option if you're quite proud about how you wrap your presents. Next up, I'm going to show you how to make a really cute pocket on the front of a present, which is the perfect place to put a card or something extra, and it's really easy to do. I'll show you using this book because it does work really well on rectangular presents, but all you have to do is pull in one of the corners, then pull in a second corner and secure that with a piece of tape. Then for the third corner, I kind of squish down the side and pull it all the way across. Sometimes this will go over to the other side, but don't worry about that because then you will have the perfect little pocket on the fourth corner. So pull that up and secure that with a piece of tape, and then you'll see that on the front of the gift it just looks regular, but on the other side there is this really cute pocket, and then you can add things to it like a Christmas card, maybe a sprig of holly, maybe a little soft toy or some sweets or a little Christmas ornament like this one, which I picked up in Poundland. I think this just looks a little bit extra and really nice. I also wanted to give you a few ideas on how you can gift wrap money to make it a little bit more exciting. So this is how to fold a note into a heart. Pull up the two corners to make the point of your heart, then turn it over and fold down half of the top bit, and then fold in the two sides as well. Then fold down the two middle bits to make the center of your heart. I'm so sorry, I'm no good at explaining this origami, but I pretty much just fold it all down to make it into a heart shape, and then take some double-sided tape, stick that into a Christmas card or birthday card, and then stick the note onto that, and it's just that little bit more impressive and nice to receive as a gift. I also love this money box hack, and I think this would be such a good one for a teenager or someone a bit older that just wants money for Christmas, but you still want to give them something to open. It's really easy to do as well. All you have to do is tape together a big long chain of money, and for this demonstration I am taping together 10 £10 notes, so £100 in total. Once you've taped it all together, then start rolling it up, and then when you have finished rolling it up, take your gift box and you'll want to cut a little slit in your gift box that is the size of a note. You want to be really careful when you're doing this. I'm using an X-Acto knife, but yeah, just be really careful when you're doing this. Don't let any kids do this. But once you have cut that out, then put your money into the box and thread through the first note, and then tape on a little sign like this that says "Pull me." Just stick a bit of tape on there, and there you have it. Then when they get their present and they start pulling, it will feel like it's never ending, and it's just a really impressive visual way to give money. And while we're talking about gift wrapping, I wanted to show you how I store all of my gift wrap. You don't need a fancy storage unit for it. All you need is a suit cover. These fit so well into here. You can fill it up with so many different gift wraps and then hang it up into your cupboard. This is great, especially if you want to hide certain gift wrap from little eyes, but also just practically it's hanging in a wardrobe and it works so well. I also wanted to give you some ideas on how you can embellish a gift to make it look really special, and these are all really easy and cheap to do. The first idea is to get mini baubles, and I've picked up packs of either 9 or 12 just from Poundland or other supermarkets, and you can either put one onto a gift with ribbon, or like I'm doing here, I'm adding a cluster of 3. This just looks really nice, and they can reuse it, so it's like another little extra gift. Or you can also get baubles that are flat, like this one I picked up in Poundland. They had so many different names in there, so it could be a really nice keepsake. Or I also got this one from Sainsbury's, which is just white and gold. I'm just adding it on with a ribbon, and again, it's something they can keep and use again. Or if you wanted to just cut a piece off of your real Christmas tree, or go out and get some branches, or you can buy holly and things like that in the supermarket. This looks really special. I've done a little bauble and some greenery as well. Or I also loved this gift tag idea, especially if you're giving a gift to a child and they can't read yet. Why not print out a little picture, then punch a hole into the corner and tag that onto a present. And another idea of how to wrap an awkward shaped present is to consider using a can like this. This one had popcorn in it, but you could easily re-gift an action figure or a Lego set, or you could also gift a print and roll it up in this. Obviously make sure you wash it out and let it dry before you wrap it up, but this looks really effective and it's super simple to wrap. You just pull up the bottom like that and then scrunch in the top, and then it has has a lid already with it, so you can put your toy or your object inside it, add the lid, and then add a bow on top of the lid, and it looks really nice and effective. Next up, I wanted to show you how to make a really fancy matching DIY bow just using gift wrap. This is such an easy one to do, and if you have a bit of time, can look really good. So just take your scrap of gift wrap and fold it twice. Once across like that, and then fold it again the other way, and then take a pair of scissors, and you want to cut strips down until about 1 centimeter from the bottom. Carry on doing that to the entire piece of paper, so that when you unfold it, you will have a long strip of little bits of paper like this. Then take your scissors and very carefully curl them. If a few break off though, don't worry about that. I pretty much do that every time, but curl it as best you can, and then you'll have all these curly little bits of gift wrap, and then just start folding it up against each other, and it will all come together to make this really cute little bow. And then you can attach it to your present just with some tape. And as I said, I really like this because it makes the present and the bow match, and it looks really fancy, and you don't have to spend loads of money on bows. And if you want to get really crafty and creative, you can also make a really cute bow just from using a page out of a magazine. Choose a nicely colored page and then cut it into 9 strips. I have 3 long strips, 3 medium, 2 small, and 1 very small. Then taking each strip, you'll want to make it into a figure of 8. You kind of pull over the side and flip it, if that makes sense. This might look a little bit complicated, but once you've done it a couple of times, it becomes so quick and easy. So you want to make 8 of your strips into the figures of 8 and just leave the tiny one. Secure each one with some double-sided tape, and then carry on making the rest of the strips into these little figures of 8 until you have all of them there bar the tiniest piece. So yeah, they look like little shoes, don't they? But basically, once you've done all of that, then you'll want to take off the other side of your double-sided tape and then start placing them on top of each other and just seeing how the bow comes together. Sometimes I don't actually need all of the pieces, but I kind of put them together. I do the 3 large ones, then the 3 small ones on top, and then I use the tiny one to make a little circle, like a little loop in the middle, and just finish off the bow. And this looks really cool and effective. And if you're like me and you find doing little crafts like therapeutic and enjoyable, then you would definitely like this one. I know it's not for everyone, but it actually looks really, really cool. Right, so that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed these wrapping hacks and eco hacks as well. Let me know which one was your favorite in the comments below, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye, guys.